Another alleged deadly crime now highlighting President Trump's immigration crackdown. Watch this horrifying video. It's from Florida last week, and it shows a minivan slamming into a semi-truck. Look at that. It's gone. Driving that truck, an illegal immigrant accused of trying a reckless U-turn across 3 lanes on a highway. Who does that? That crash killed 3 people inside that minivan. A senior ICE source says U.S. Marshals arrested that illegal immigrant in California over the weekend. He will be extradited to Florida to face 3 counts of vehicular homicide. Here's Florida's Attorney General.
It's a horrific situation. California should not have provided this person the driver's license and a permit, not just for a car, but to drive large-scale trucks. To then drive into Florida, engage in this dangerous behavior and take the lives of 3 others is really a tragedy, but it shows how dangerous the open border policies under Obama and Biden have been that have continued to wreak havoc on communities across the country.
Our senior correspondent, Jonathan Siri, has more on this story. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Aisha. Authorities have identified the truck driver as 28-year-old Harjinder Singh. And they say he was an Indian national. He faces 3 counts of vehicular homicide stemming from that fatal crash on Florida's Turnpike. It happened on Tuesday. Florida authorities say the 28-year-old trucker was making an illegal U-turn, crossing the median using an area that was designated for official use only. You can see a minivan behind him slamming into the trailer, crushed underneath, fatally injuring 3 Florida residents who were riding inside. 2 died at the scene, a 3rd died at the hospital. State troopers issued an ICE detainer for the truck driver after learning he was an illegal migrant. Federal authorities say Singh, an Indian national, entered the U.S. illegally through the Mexico border in September of 2018. He was arrested 2 days later, but claimed he was afraid to go back to his home country. And so he was released on a $5,000 immigration bond. The White House's Rapid Response social media account reposted a video of the accident with a statement criticizing the state of California for granting Singh a commercial driver's license. The California governor's press office quickly responded that Singh entered the U.S. during President Trump's first term and before Gavin Newsom took office. But the Department of Homeland Security is pushing back, saying in a statement to Fox News, 3 innocent people were killed in Florida because Gavin Newsom's California DMV issued an illegal alien a commercial driver's license. This state of governance is asinine. Singh is currently being held in San Joaquin County, California. He's expected to be extradited to the state of Florida sometime later this week. And Florida officials say that he will have to serve any time for a vehicular homicide conviction in that state before he is deported from the country. Aisha?
Okay, Jonathan Siri live for us. Jonathan, thank you.
Certainly.
Hey, everyone.
So this is what we talk about when we talk about getting rid of illegal immigrants. Because this guy decided that he was going to make an illegal turn where he wasn't supposed to, now 3 Americans are dead. A guy that wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place. A guy who wasn't supposed to have a driver's license in the first place. And you know the reason why he has a driver's license? Because California is one of the states that actually gives illegal immigrants driver's licenses. People who aren't supposed to have access to cars because they don't understand the language or whatever the case may be, because they're not supposed to be here in the first place, are now driving around on American roads, making American roads much more dangerous for Americans. Because this is what's going on right now. This is the state of California. They passed a law in the 2000s. They expanded it in the 2010s to allow more illegal immigrants to acquire licenses. Now this guy, he wasn't supposed to have this CDL license. He failed a written English competency test. He failed road signage tests. He doesn't even know what the signs on the roads are, yet he's driving a 40-ton vehicle, an 18-wheeler, making illegal turns, and now some Americans are dead because of the Democratic Party. And this is the reason why out of all of Trump's policies, his immigration one is the most popular. It's because people realize that since we've let in all these illegal immigrants because of Biden, mind you, granted, he didn't come under Biden. He came in before while Trump was president. He came in through Mexico, which is, I want to know how he got from India to Mexico. I'm assuming he flew there on vacation. But because Biden let all these people come into the country willy-nilly without even checking their backgrounds, seeing who they were, because a lot of those people, they would show up with no papers to the borders. They would just dump their legal papers and say, look, this is who I am. This is me. Let me in. So they came in, and now American streets are less safe. This guy shouldn't have been here. And this guy shouldn't have been driving. He was ordered deported. And two things can be true at once. President Trump was president when he was arrested, and he was given an order of deportation, and they gave him a stay. That doesn't mean Trump ordered it, because Trump has always been very harsh on illegal immigration. He has been very harsh on illegal immigration. Now, he knew that he could go to California, and although he did not understand the language, they would give him a license anyways, because California doesn't care. California seems not to be part of America. California does whatever California wants to do, and then Americans have to suffer for it. That is insane. People like this shouldn't be in the country. And when things like this continue to happen and the news continues to report it, there's going to be a bigger resentment against just immigration in general. Because I am all for legal immigration. But some Americans are going to start saying, you know what, we don't even want legal immigrants at this point. And you know what, I'm a legal immigrant and upstanding citizen. I served my country and I consider myself American before I consider myself Dominican, even though I was born in Dominican Republic. I'm an American first. I was willing to die for the country. And so when you see stuff like this, why would you want these people in the country? Because again, I'm all for regulated, controlled legal immigration. Do it just like everybody else who is legal in the country did it. Not just, hey, I hopped through the southern border and now I'm being rewarded by the state of California with a license, even though I couldn't pass a written test, even though I couldn't pass a test about the road signs in America. And apparently this is super normal in India. It's crazy that India has only 1% of the earth's cars, but 10% of the world's accidents. A lot of the people in third world countries, they do not care for the rules on the road. Even if this guy knew what the sign said, he probably would have done whatever he wanted anyways. They don't care. And I'm telling you this from personal experience. Me, having been born in Dominican Republic and seeing how people drive, it's insane. Dominican Republic is probably the worst country with driving that I have been to. And I'm from there, but when I have visited as a grown adult, Dominican Republic is probably the worst. But it was the same thing in Colombia. It was pretty bad. People don't care. For you, if you come on a crossroad and you want to actually merge onto a road in Dominican Republic, and I saw it in Colombia, and I've seen it here too in Panama, and I've also been to Mexico. It's pretty bad in Mexico. But if you want to merge, you actually have to force yourself into the middle of traffic, like slowly inch into it, like forcibly, because people, they don't have regard for other people on the road. They don't care. It's just like, it's me, and I'm going to go first. I'm on my way somewhere. I don't care. It's insane how bad the driving is in a lot of these countries, and I'm assuming it's the same thing in India. It's a country that I probably never visit. I don't have any inclination to want to visit that country. But they have 10% of the world's accidents for a reason, even though they only have 1% of the world's cars. It's because these people from these countries, these third world countries, and it's a shame to say, right? Because again, I was born in Dominican Republic, and so I'm talking about my people too, right? Or, you know, where I'm originally from. But they don't know how to drive. They don't have regard. They don't have concerns for other people. A lot of the times, you know, stop signs, red lights, yield signs are mere suggestions. They're not actual rules to follow on the road. And so why would you want these people riding around in the country? People that don't follow the laws in their own country. They don't follow the norm. I guess that is the norm, right? Because they don't follow the law, the actual rules of the road. And so get him out. Have him serve his time, and it's a shame because the taxpayers will have to pay for his time in prison. Have him serve his time and get him the fuck out of here. Get him to send him back to fucking... We don't give a fuck if you're scared. Why are you scared to go back to India? What's in India? Are you scared because you're an upstanding citizen in India, or because you were maybe escaping something because you were doing something you were supposed to be doing in India? And now, again, you know, I don't wish bad on people. I try not to do that. But this guy, if something happens to him when he goes back to India and we find out about it, I wouldn't feel no type of way. Because he's the reason why there are 3 Americans no longer with us. Because he didn't want to follow the rules of the road. And the craziest part about this whole thing is that throughout the whole ordeal, he showed no emotion. He did not care. I don't know if you guys noticed that. When the crash happened, he didn't show emotion. And there's videos that they have of him outside when the police is there trying to get the victims out of the cars. He showed no emotion. But that's all I got for this video, guys. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. And if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and hit that bell. And if you have anything you want me to react to, my email's in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.